walking down the beach here in Puerto Vallarta. All it takes is a little cleaning of the lens, huh? Really touristy. People are nice. Definitely practice your Spanish up. It helps you. Not to mention it's nice. I was talking to a Mexican gentleman today that was saying when he was a kid, now this guy's maybe 40, he said when he was a kid that they came out here and he would fish with his dad right over here, kind of towards that high rise off in the distance and to the right. He said there was just a piece of concrete out there. So kind of down there around that white building in the center of the frame, and he said they'd go out and catch fish and do things like that, but now the tourists come in and they fence it all off and nobody can fish here anymore. So tourism's cutting it off to locals, so we have to think about what we do, I suppose. But like little pools, little safe areas to swim. While you're walking around out here, you gotta watch for stuff like that. You've got wires that are put together with just some electrician's tape. There's no wire nuts on there and no box covers. You brush up against that with your leg and you're touching that metal guardrail and it's grounded, you could be dead. So, you know, it's a great place so far, but use some common sense. Beautiful private residences over here. Anyway, we're not interested in rich people that want to be left alone and pretend like they don't live in the country they moved to. That right there looks like a world of fun for some little kids, how they've dug their stuff, made their sand castles, things like that. Pretty little area out here. I guess years ago this stuff flooded and wiped out a lot of stuff and they've rebuilt it, but I can't remember how long. We got us a bird, some sort of pelican. You know, the little things we notice. How many footsteps did this take? Right now the exchange rate is about 18 pesos per dollar, but you're lucky if you get 17 pesos for the dollar down here. New construction. Very beautiful. Public sidewalks fall over 6 feet, no guardrails. Beautiful place. Right over the top of people walking around the sidewalk. It's a neat little restaurant on the corner right here of Hidalgo and Independence. Then, right in front of the church. It's a beautiful place, but you can't let your kids run wild. And because a lot of kids are not going to have sense, you notice the guardrail. Listen. One of the parks over in Puerto Vallarta. People have evidently paid to put names on benches. Beautification, I'm sure. It's a pretty place here. Estoy aquí en la Bodeguita del Medio para música en vivo. So this is La Bodega del Medio, and it's a Cuban restaurant where locals could come to hear music. Walking on the Malecón at night here. I see smoke up ahead. There must be some fireworks going on. Last night in Little Liquida, and yes, the water safe to drink. We have not got sick. Lovely place. Secure. And quiet. Leaving Luna Liquida. Definitely a neat place out here. Also, if you call an Uber, some of them can't even make it up the hill. They have to kind of zigzag back and forth through here, but Uber's definitely the way to go. If you want to mail something, look for Correos de Mexico, and that's what you do. Just took an Uber over here, handed it to him, put 2 stamps on a postcard. Best fish tacos in Puerto Vallarta. Best I've ever had in my life. Fresh made, delicious. The tacos were on the corner of Uruguay and Peru Street. So, right here's the cross street. So we're gonna check out one of the local big shopping centers here. Get some clothes while we're out here. This next little bit of information is something that I wish I would have known. This is no way to save money or see the real Mexico. I guess if you just have to have something from Walmart or some American type store, go ahead and come here. But if you're going to enjoy Mexico, go do something else. And if I was to move and live in Puerto Vallarta, I definitely wouldn't be shopping here unless it was an absolute necessity. You can go up the road a few miles to Bucerias and hang a right, and maybe go 5 or 10 minutes out that way and save some money out there and buy things for the local shop or go over into some of their neighborhoods. Now, yes, okay, fine. Don't go places by yourself, especially at night out in the middle of nowhere, anywhere. But I felt safe, well, safer in Puerto Vallarta in the touristy areas along the Malecón and stuff like that, Malecón, I guess, than I do in Portland, Oregon during the middle of the day. Of course, if you don't drink alcohol, you're not having to buy it. Just remember, 250 pesos is, bumping 20 bucks. So keep your exchange rate in mind. And how exchange rates work. In Portland, Oregon in 2023, they were offering less than 15 pesos per dollar unless you wanted to go over 300, and then it was a little over 15, and if you went over $1,000 it was slightly more. But they had a better exchange rate in the airport in Puerto Vallarta by far than they did in Portland, Oregon, or in Texas. In addition to that, the ATMs in the town had a better exchange rate than the airport did. So my experience and what I'll do is just wait till I get there, because there's plenty of ATMs that will let you draw out Mexican pesos, but you need to talk to your bank and let them know before you go to a different country so they don't cancel your or put a hold on your ATM cards. The same thing goes with your credit cards. Now, I'm going to say this with a little bit of caution here, with the assumption that you understand how credit works and that you need to pay your balance off before the end of the month and not have your 18% annual interest rates or 25 or whatever it is. But if you use certain credit cards, you may get 1 or 2% cash back on your purchases, as well as your credit cards quite often will cover you or reimburse you for any exchange fees, so that it's just a straight across exchange rate when you spend money somewhere. Now, I don't mean use your credit card to do a cash advance like drawing out cash, because you're going to really get screwed doing that. Read all the fine print and just know that that can be a real way to save you money, as long as you pay your balance off at the end of every month. I say this because the money changers always charge a fee. For instance, to pick a number out of thin air, say 20 pesos per dollar, you'd be lucky in Mexico to get 18 pesos per dollar, and in America you'd be lucky to get 15 pesos per dollar. So you get that right off the top. So whatever you buy in Mexico, figure that percentage it's going to cost you. And then if you end up with too much money and want to exchange it back, then you're going to have to pay that fee again. So you could end up losing a third of your money if you exchange it once and don't spend it and exchange it back. So I just kept my excess cash. When I say eat like the locals do, I don't just mean, yes, you can cook your own food or go to a farmer's market, but I'm talking about restaurants. So if you see a place packed full of locals, you know it's probably good food. The prices are probably okay. If there's no locals in there, it's most likely overpriced or something else is going on. The price of hotels is going to depend on where you stay, like anywhere else. You can spend thousands of dollars a night, or I've seen them online for as low as $6, which that was a chicken pen out off the side of a highway. Anyway, point is, we paid close to $80 a night. Next time, I think I'm going to go to the $40 or $50 a night range. When you're thinking about bringing your electronics with you, next time I go, I'm not going to bring an iPad because I didn't use it while I was there. I did use my cell phone for maps, the translation app, for Spanish practicing apps, and also to get Ubers. Other than that, I was meeting people and interacting. I wasn't texting and calling people back home. Go and enjoy yourself. Just go with your eyes wide open. I really hope this video helps somebody, and keep on traveling.